And people wonder why I stay to myself. I don't answer my phone. Look, I'll get back at you when I feel like it. Because for one, too much people interaction fucks with my mental health. For two, I hate people. Leave me alone.
Welcome to Let's Glow with Nini. I'm Nini. Let's get straight into this video.
No, because one thing about me is I love being alone. First of all, plans always go accordingly, things run on my time and my time only, and the world is my oyster. It don't get no better than that. And that's cool if you prefer people to have fun, but me? Oh, I'm finna turn up by myself. Because solitude is the road to finding inner peace and acceptance. And I accept her. All of her. And low-key, I fucks with her heavy.
So there's something that I want to speak on, and this is a hot take. When you're a pretty and beautiful woman, people want to experience you, be around you, gain your mental insight, or gain the aura that you have. They want something from you, but they don't necessarily like you or love you or really care about you. And it's a very tough pill to swallow. It can be very lonely. It can be oftentimes very, very, very hard to deal with, especially if you have a good heart and you're a triple threat. So you're beautiful, you have the brains, and maybe the body. And people can't handle it. They want to understand how they can gain access to it. And they do that by either befriending you. Men will pretend that they want to love you or marry you or all of these things. But in reality, they just want to experience you for their own benefit, for their own ego to say that they did. But then in reality, they never really liked you. They never really cared for you. They never really wanted more from you than just the ability to say, yeah, I had that. And then when it comes for female friendships and women, this can play out in a similar way, but but really it's more so, oh, I just have access to this person. I get to do certain things that they do. They put me on to all the hot things that are cool, or how to dress, how to this, how to that. But other than that, they don't really care. They just, or maybe it's not just about access. It could be also about the fact that hanging out with you or being around you raises their social capital. And so they're eager to do that. But then you realize that they're not really your people, or they care about you when things happen in your life and you express it to them. And then you realize that either they're not showing up for you, either they're not willing to help you, either they're not willing to extend themselves for you. Now all of a sudden, the people that you've shown up for are not showing up for you. Or the people that you would think would be there are now suddenly gone, ghost. Or whenever there's been times where you have this thing that you are inviting them to, or free products or free events or things that you can get them into, they're there for that. But then when it comes down to you losing those things and you no longer have those things, and maybe you're in a transitional period of your life or a low place in your life, and now you need them to show up for you or extend themselves in the same way, they're ghost.
Hey y'all, so like one thing that's weird that I've always been through is I don't care what nobody say, like it is so hard to be like an attractive loner. Like I really do love being alone, bro. Like people always like see me by myself and they think that like I'm alone because I can't make friends, or somebody did me wrong, or I think I'm better than people. And like they just don't understand that I really do just enjoy my own company. Like I love my freedom, I love my free time, I love chilling by myself. Like I love just being on my own time and doing my own thing. Like I don't know. And then it's so weird dating because guys be like, oh, you like being single because somebody did you wrong. Like I mean, everybody picks wrong people sometimes, but no, like I just want to be by myself. Like like when I was living with a dude, like I would literally go chill in the parking lot, like in my car. Like I would literally just chill in my car for hours and just like chill, like, and just like be at the lake by myself chilling and eating, because I didn't want to be bothered with nobody. Like I don't know, like it's so weird being a loner though, but I don't know, like I just gotta be in the mood to be bothered with somebody else. But yeah, I'm done.
What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you guys about how being a loner was actually one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So after high school, pretty much all my mates went to uni, but I was a tradie. So, our free times never matched. They were always studying, going to class. And on top of that, I moved out the area, so it was really hard to catch up with everyone, which is quite sad because I love hanging out with my mates. Shit was just more fun. But more importantly, being my mates made me feel more confident. It gave me the energy. It gave me the confidence to be myself. Why was that? It's because I was weak. Individually, I was weak-minded. My demeanor and the way I acted depended on the people around me, which means I had no full control of my life. But obviously, it takes hindsight to see this. I didn't know this shit at the time. But what I did know was that I wasn't going to fucking sit at home all day waiting for these motherfuckers to come out with me. So I started doing things alone. I was going out to eat by myself. I got my motorbike license and I started riding by myself. I joined a boxing gym. I started training by myself. On the weekend, every now and then, I just go for a drive by myself and just come back home. At first, it was kind of strange, but the more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. It gave me a lot of clarity, a lot of peace, a lot of insight on who I was. When you're surrounded by a lot of people all the time, your head gets clouded. All you can hear is the voice of the people around you. But when you're by yourself, you only hear yourself, and you tend to have more conversations with yourself, which I think is super healthy. Especially if you're a young adult, chances are you don't really know who you are. And having these constant conversations with yourself is going to give you a lot of clarity. It's going to give you the confidence to be who you want to be. And after a short while, I became fully independent. I was able to be who I want to be, when I want to be, where I want to be. I can walk into any room and express myself freely and be a stand-up guy, which in my opinion is a beautiful way to live life. And this goes for everything, guys. If you find yourself finding a lot of comfort in your friends and your relationships, you need to step out your comfort zone and become independently strong, independently confident. And one of the best ways to do that is to have some time with yourself, spend some time with you. Work on that relationship between you and your mind, you and your body. Now, guys, I'm not saying go be a loner, go neglect all your friends, or go break up with your partner. Even though some of you out there actually do need to break up with your partners because you guys are relying on each other. That shit is toxic. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. Spend some time with yourself and get to know yourself. Alright, peace.
I'm a loner, right? But I'm starting to notice that maybe that I'm not a loner by choice, and it's just that that's all I know. Cause y'all, growing up, sometimes you have to where you got a traumatic family. I had traumatic family and all this stuff to where I feel like I could only depend on myself. I was only there for myself because you have family that don't show up. To where that now as an adult, I'm a loner, and I've always been this way, and it's just what I feel is what's normal for me.
As a person who desires to have very positive relationships with people, like with family, with friends, with coworkers, I often find myself being by myself a lot of times, which is totally fine. I actually thoroughly enjoy my own company, but wow, I accept the fact that I am not meant to fit in.
Y'all gotta understand that a person with no friends or few people in their circle is not a person you want to ever double cross. This person you never want to mess with. Why? Because that person understands that being alone brings about peace. Being alone brings about comfort. A person who is by himself all the time, or her who is by himself all the time, doesn't need approval from anybody because they understand they rather have one genuine friend than 100 messy people, and they understand the games and drama that people partake in everyday lives all the time. And so a person who's alone has a person alone has conquered themselves. They have completed the hardest battle in life is conquering yourself, conquering your mind, intellectual, very intellectual, emotional intelligence, mastery of mind, mastery of calmness, whatever, the fruits of the spirit, really. Peace, love, peace, joy, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faith, meekness, temperance, Galatians 6:9. A person who is always alone has self-control, self-mastery over thyself, over thy mind. You don't ever want to mess with somebody like that because the emotional intelligence that comes with that, if you play on that person's emotional intelligence, you talking about psychological warfare without even trying? Don't ever cross them. And just when you think just because they're alone, again, they don't need approval for anybody. They understand this. a person who is alone and doesn't seek to actually want to, has a craving or need the, let me say, validation, because they love people, but who needs validation and thinks being around many people brings about power upon thyself. No, they understand that the power dwells within. Like I said, the hardest battle in life is conquering yourself, conquering your mind. Okay? Because a lot of people are broken. A lot of people don't even ever get to this level, this frequency. Most people stay at low frequency their whole life. It doesn't matter if you have a well-paying job. It doesn't matter if you have money and status. What is your mind like? Do you have emotional intelligence? Have you conquered your emotions? Have you conquered yourself spiritually? Okay, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. What does that look like for you? A person who is always alone understands that is what true success looks like. Not status, not popularity, not fame, not money. But just know, again, that is not a weakness. And just when you think you're playing checkers with a person because you want to play on their emotional intelligence, a person who's a loner, they about to put you in a game of chess. Do not start a war with this person, because this person is going to throw you in the game that you started, but you cannot finish. Just keep that in mind. Now, I love you. God bless. And remember, it's impact over influence, baby.
Chosen one, you are the true definition of a popular loner. You stay to yourself, you stay in your lane. And everyone else is always in your lane. You don't sit around gossiping about people, but yet everyone sits around and gossips about you. You don't worry about other people's lives, but yet they're worried about yours. Even the people that claim they don't like you, they have a love-hate relationship with you. They don't know how to feel about you. They try to figure you out, and instead of walking up to you and having a conversation with you, they go off of assumptions, or they choose to go off of what a jealous person said about you, and they get it wrong every time. This is what you want to know. Why is it that I mind my business and everyone is on a mission to figure me out? How do these people all know me and I don't know them? Why do all of these people know my name and I don't know these people? Why are people telling me I've heard about you and I've never heard about them? Your energy is addictive, it's irresistible. You make people go crazy. You make people hate you that don't know you. It's really weird and uncomfortable, but it's just a part of being you. So just accept it and understand that you're always going to have the girls and the guys obsessed.
Is best for me. I recognize that I'm the kind of person where if I'm going through something, I'm likely not going to say anything. And this has nothing to do with people. It's not like, oh, I don't trust you, that's why I'm not telling you. And the you is just really a general term for anyone. It's not about that. It's really more so my personality. So many times the people that are closest to me will find out something well after it's happened, well after I've already figured out what exactly my game plan is to solve said issue. I'm well aware that for many people this is an issue, but I can't lie. I gotta do what works best for me. And for ages, this is what has worked best for me. I need to think without outside noise before I start to talk about whatever the issue is. And I would like to think that my family and friends get it, because it's not like it's always something that I say, but it's definitely something that I do. And for me, the way I see it is I'm always going to do what I feel works best for me. And of course, in all of that, I am praying, not just worrying, also praying. As a mature adult, I recognize how this can be taken personally, because people want to feel wanted. I mean, hell, I want to feel wanted too. I really do function better on an island, let's be honest. And I always do, and will continue to do what I feel is best for me.
You know what's crazy is like the people that can't just be in their own energy, in their own presence for an extended period of time, they always got to do something. They always got to be on the move. They always got to go here. They always got to go there. They always have to have a distraction, and they never can just let it get quiet and just be alone. You know, because when you're alone and it's quiet, that's when you become very loud. Like everything becomes clear. There's nothing around to manipulate your thoughts or anything. It's just you. So people that can't sit with themselves, I can't be around you. If you always got to be around or doing things all the time, no. I can't be around you. It's something about you that you're. What are you running from? You know what I'm saying?
One thing that all of us loners like have in common is that we have been let down so many times and felt like a burden or being disappointed or anything like that. And that is one of the main reasons why we become loners, because we know that we've become an inconvenience or a burden to other people, or we've just been let down so many freaking times that we have learned that it's just best to be alone, because no one can disappoint us then, and no one can sort of push us aside if we've really just got ourselves. So let me know below if you have experienced the same thing.
It's actually really funny to me that like people don't like being by themselves, because the way I be having a motherfucking ball when I'm by myself, talking to myself, unmatched. I love being alone. And the fact that I'm married is a miracle, because alone time to me is so freaking valuable. So those people that be like, oh, I don't like being alone, I don't want to be alone, like, baby, how you not like being with yourself? How you not like talking to yourself? Because the way I talk to myself and joke with myself and laugh with myself is probably unhealthy.
Have y'all actually been in a room full of people and you still feel alone? It tend to get stressful when you're not around people who don't think like you, who don't act like you. When you be around certain people and you still feel alone, bro, that's a major red flag. And that's why people really don't have friends now, because people always get treated like outcasts and people really want to ignore you. Like, bro, you can legit be in a room full of people, bro, and you still feel alone. You feel like you really by yourself. Because it gets to the point where people treated you bad all your life, you so used to being alone. You so used to people not becoming friends with you. You so used to people not starting conversations with you because of how your life was treated back then. And then it becomes weird, bro, when people actually start having conversations with you, because it's like, it feels fucking awkward. And then you don't want to be around people because you always just feel weird, because your mind is trained that you need to be isolated because people have hurt you. It's a hard pill to swallow, bro, when you tell yourself at the end of the day that, like, damn, I really can't socialize with people. You actually don't have the proper communication skills with people because you always been treated like shit.
Why are chosen ones alone 95% of the time? Why can't we be in relationships? Why can't we have friends? Because our light shines so bright, y'all. People cannot stand to be around us because they know that we can see right through them, right? Our mere presence exposes the demons that reside within. These people know that we can see right through them, right through that fakery, right? Right through those things that other people get blinded by, right? We can see all of those things that nobody else can see. And that's why when they come around you, they run from you, they hide from you, right? But at the end of the day, sometimes these people don't even know why they do those things. It is because our light exposes their darkness, all right? So when you have a bright spirit, the Lord's Spirit, a bright light that resides within you, when you are authentic, right? You have a pure heart. You do not have evil intentions. People are not used to that, right? People in this life, all they want to do is control other people. They want to be dominant, right? But the chosen ones, the light workers, we just want peace. We are truth, right? Truth cannot reside with lies. So that is why we are always alone. That is why we are loners. When you have a bright, shining light, it is hard to come by other people that have that same light. The Lord has spread us all around the world, right? For our own individual missions, right? He doesn't have us all together. He has us all spread apart, because he needs set apart individuals in all areas of this world, right? He's not going to have us bunched up together all at once. We are the children of God. We are the chosen. We are set apart. We are different. We are unique. We are strange. We are peculiar creatures. If they hate Christ, they're going to hate you too, because you expose the darkness that they try to hide from themselves and from the world. You are not of this world. We are not of this world. We are set apart. We are chosen, right? There's not too many people like us. And it is going to be hard to keep friendships. It's going to be hard to be in relationships, because we have our own unique, special mission on this world, on this earth, right? And whoever it is that we have close in our circle, they have to have that same shining bright light, that bright spirit as well. Because like I said, a lot of people in this world, they have an image to maintain, right? They have a fake image to maintain. They live in this world where they need validation, right? They need to look like they have the perfect family. They need to look like the perfect person. But you're different. You're vulnerable. You're humble. Your heart is pure, right? And that's why these narcissists are always after you. And that's why these people switch up on you all the time, because they're fighting their own demons, right? They want to break your soul. They want to break your spirit. But they can't break anything when it comes to you, because God lives inside of you. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are not even of this world. You are unique, and you have your own special mission. You are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. And the light cannot be hidden. We expose darkness. We are the peacemakers, but we still speak the truth in love. And they don't like us because we don't do what everybody else does. We don't need validation. We do not care. We are big old kids in grown-up bodies. We don't care about the money. We don't care about none of that stuff. All we want to do is fulfill our mission, right? Fulfill our mission in peace. But these demonic people do not want to allow the chosen ones to do that, right? And that's why they can't stand you, because no matter what it is they try to do to you, your light cannot be put out. Your heart continues to stay pure. No matter what kind of witchcraft or whatever it is they're trying to do to you, they can't touch you. You are God's chosen. God has his hand over your life. And they're getting even more madder and madder because they're realizing that. And after they realize they can't do nothing to you, that's when they start trying to want to be like you. They start copying you, trying to copy your personality. But they can't copy that anointing over your life, because that anointing took heartache, it took struggle, it took pain to get that anointing over your life. And that's what they don't understand. So they can keep trying to be like you. They might get the ingredients, but they can't copy the sauce. They can't do it like you do. So they can continue to keep on trying to do whatever it is that they're trying to do to you. They got to understand that you cannot be broken. And that's why they can't stand you. And that's why all they do is watch you. They're trying to figure out if you really are on God's side. They're trying to point out those things, your flaws, because you are so powerful. They can't stand how powerful you are. So they sit there and they watch you, trying to point out your flaws. They want you to be perfect, and they can't even be perfect themselves. And they're upset because they see that you do not care about the same things that they care about. And they can't stand the fact that they're living for this world. And they can't be real with themselves, and they can't be real with nobody else, because they have an image to maintain. And that's why they can't stand you. But that's why the chosen ones are so amazing and so great, right? We are the light of the world. A city on the hill cannot be hidden. So don't allow these people to try to dim your light and try to convince you that you're not chosen, that you're not one of God's chosen, that you're not on God's side. Let them keep on judging you. Let them keep pointing the finger. You have nothing to explain to these people. Let them think what they want to think about you. God's people are set apart. We look different. We're outcasts. We're rejects. And we embrace who we are. We embrace being rejected. We embrace being loners. Because all of those things make us powerful. And these demonic folks don't understand, no matter what it is they try to do from us, God always turns everything bad and he turns it for good. We're always learning. We're always getting better from their attacks, right? Those attacks ain't bringing us down. They're bringing us higher. And that's what they can't stand. So let them keep on hating. Let them keep on copying you. Let them keep on trying to do whatever it is they try to do to you. You continue to be beautiful. You continue to be great. You continue to be authentic. And you continue to keep helping the world. Love y'all. Peace.
Hey, welcome to Let's Glow with Nini. I'm Nini, and welcome to my channel. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Now let's get into it. I myself am a introvert and I am a loner. I tried many a times throughout my years of being on this earth trying to make friends, trying to fit in with people. There was a point in time in my life where I did not know myself, so I was just hanging out with anyone and everyone and, just doing whatever just to fit in, knowing that wasn't me for real and it wasn't my character. And behind the scenes, I really didn't like it. I was just trying to go with the flow just to get along. And as I've grown and as I've experienced things and being put in situations, well, putting myself in situations that I didn't want to be in, that didn't feel right to me, and actually learning how to just remove myself from people without, you know, it having to be drama. I am perfectly okay being by myself. Now, that does not mean that I am 100% alone because I'm not. I have family and I do have, a very close friend, but I don't need to surround myself with a bunch of people just to feel like I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? And I ran into people in my past life that always had somebody around them all the time. And if they weren't physically present with somebody around them, they were always on the phone. And if it wasn't a friend that they were on the phone with, it was an ex they were on the phone with that they just could not stop talking to for whatever reason. And after seeing that people couldn't be alone, knowing that I can and have been for a very long time, I just had to remove myself because if you're a person that just cannot be alone, especially like long term by yourself, I feel like there's something seriously wrong because you are on this earth by yourself. You were brought here by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself, right? If you cannot spend a day, 2 days, a week by yourself without talking to somebody or needing to be engaging in some type of conversation with somebody, I feel like that's a problem. Now, I'm not saying going around, the rest of your life being a loner or being secluded and being on monk mode, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like I enjoy me. I enjoy not having to answer to anyone. I enjoy not having to, if we're having plans, not having to always accommodate another person if that's really not what I want to do. I enjoy going out to dinner by myself. Like I go out to eat by myself literally all the time. There are some people that can't do that. If you can't do that, then what are you doing? What? What? And I had to learn that at a very young age. I remember the first instance that I didn't want to walk alone to the library. We had to cross this bridge or whatever. And I had to get over that, and started going and started walking to the library across that bridge by myself. I was always thinking like, oh, the cars, people are looking at me, girl. Fuck them people, for real. But I'm just like getting off track. But yeah, I love being by myself. It allows me to turn down the noise and actually reflect and talk to myself on a deeper level and resolve issues that I'm actually dealing with when I'm alone, like um and sometimes it takes a little bit longer than just being alone. Sometimes you have to silence the phone, silence conversations with people